The internet is a funny place, don't you think? I mean, as I was doing my research for this video, I came across an article that floated out 2 players' names that are currently in the NFL that wanted to see these guys go to the Broncos ahead of the 2025 season. What's going on, Broncos country? My name is Moose, and like I said on today's episode, we're going to explore those 2 players and decide, would the Broncos be in their right mind to trade for these 2 players? Now, the guy's name that wrote this article, his name is Enzo Flojo. He's from a company called Clutch Points, which can take or leave. They have some good articles. They have some ones that I think are way off base. But here's what the specific article was talking about. They went on to say good things about the Broncos, saying they ranked 10th in the NFL last season in overall team PFF defensive grade. Thankfully, the front office has only doubled down on that strength in 2025. Goes on to say that the Denver's front office wants to maximize this promising offseason with 2 trade targets standing out on both offering, immediate impact and depth where the Broncos need it most. All right, so from that quote by itself, we can reasonably infer that there are some players that we can potentially target. So who is the first one that we have to talk about? Trace Etienne, running back from the Jaguars. Former first-round pick in 2021, who missed the entirety of his rookie season with a foot injury, but then came back in 2022 and basically took the league by storm. I remember drafting Trace Etienne on my fantasy team in 2023 based off of the 2022 season that he had. Now, to say that he's been an up-and-down player is probably the understatement of the century. This guy is a roller coaster through and through. He's got amazing performances where you're like, this guy might be a top 5 running back in the NFL. And then he has a season like he did in 2024. And it was straight into the toilet. These numbers are brutal. And he played in 15 games. His PFF grade sucked. Yards sucked. Found the end zone only twice. His role sincerely and significantly diminished. His season was brutal. And for that reason, I have to take a step back, sorry, Mr. Enzo, and say, why on earth would the Broncos want to pursue a player like Trace Etienne? It just doesn't make any sense. But then I started thinking, okay, well, you have to say some good things about the player and you have to say some bad things about the player. So how about a little pros and cons list for you? What are the pros from Trace Etienne? Well, he's got great dual threat ability. So not only has he shown the ability to do it on the ground, but also through the air. He's got great hands. He has shown to have playmaking ability, so he can bust the big play, find the end zone when he's, on the very best of his game. He finds the end zone a lot. He's dangerous in open field. So you give him a little bit of space, he's going to burn you. But what about the cons? Well, again, the efficiency, probably the biggest one. It's up and down, all over the place. He's an injury-prone player. Obviously, that massive foot injury did not do him any favors. And he lacks raw power in the backfield as a north-to-south runner. I can kind of look past that. But the Jaguars did something interesting in the 2025 draft. They drafted 2 running backs, Rasheed Shahed and LeQuint Allen Jr. Now, you probably haven't heard of many of these players, or either of them, to be completely frank, but something definitely came to my mind that stood out when I saw these 2 draft picks. Etienne doesn't fit the mold of what Liam Cohen's scheme is. He's going to be phased out. Sorry. I mean, the way that Cohen ran the Bucs last year was they wanted a player that could not only have the raw power in the backfield, but they wanted a player that would complement that with Rachaad White and Bucky Irving. And Bucky Irving last year showed that he took the biggest leap forward in Liam Cohen's offense. So with Tank Bigsby, LeQuint Allen, Rasheed Shahed, and now Trace Etienne, which one of those 4 players, in your opinion, is going to be phased out of the offense? Spoiler, it's Etienne. Now, before I get on and I give you my opinion on if the Broncos should trade for Etienne, this is why you subscribe. You're going to get all the best news and rumors surrounding your favorite team. And when the 2025 season starts up, you're going to have chances to win sweet Broncos gear. And by the way, this channel, completely free. Doesn't cost you a dime. So hit that sub button right now and lock us in. So would I trade for Travis Etienne? Drum roll, knock on wood. Let's throw it up there. And the answer, of course, is hell no. Why would I want to trade for Travis Etienne? Why would I want a question mark when we drafted RJ Harvey? And RJ Harvey fits the Joker mold way better than Travis Etienne does. Now, granted, Sean Payton likes the dual threat player, especially in the running back. You saw it with Alvin Kamara. You saw it with Darren Sproles. But Etienne's a lot closer to Sproles than he is Kamara. And I think, at least me personally, that RJ Harvey's going to be a stud. I just think that there's a reason you drafted him in the second round when so many different draft analysts had him falling to rounds 5, 6, and 7. The Broncos see something in him. Sean Payton sees something in him. There is no need to go out and trade for a player like Travis Etienne. I think the backfield is set. I think they're going to roll out with Harvey, McLaughlin, and Estime. And I'm expecting good things from Audric Estime as well. I'm a huge Notre Dame Fighting Irish fan. I watched him play every single snap at Notre Dame. He has potential. He's just got to mold his game, tweak the fine-tuned parts of his game, and get better and better. So I'll ask you this. Would you trade for Travis Etienne? Yes or no? My answer, I think you heard me say it pretty emphatically. It's a no. Sorry, Travis. I just don't see you wearing any Broncos uniform anytime soon. Now, before we get into my next player, I do have to tell you about our amazing sponsor, and that is Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. It's super simple. All you have to do is go over to the Prize Picks app, click that download button, and start playing today. The basketball playoffs is here. Obviously, the Eastern and Western Conference Finals are getting geared up to play, and obviously the Denver Nuggets got bounced by the team that just made the Western Conference Finals in the Oklahoma City Thunder. But you can take your playoff hot takes into this basketball season with Prize Picks, starting with the play-in round and going up all the way to that championship. All you have to do is go over there, pick more or less on your favorite players for whatever statistics you want to talk about. And then, boom, you have the chance to win 2,000 times your cash. It's that simple. Now, all you do, go to the app, like I said, use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game. Okay. The second player that was listed in this article, a player that, personally, I saw great things from last year before he got injured. Saints wide receiver Rasheed Shahed, or as our Saints Now host says, Rashid, the need for speed, Shaheed. And one thing about Shaheed is his ability to take the top off on you. It's unmatched. There are a very short list of players that can stretch the field vertically like he can. But Enzo goes on to say this in his article. Denver's receiving core is in a flux. Note that Courtland Sutton is in the final year of his contract. Sure, young talents like Marvin Mims and rookie Pat Bryant offer upside. However, they're still unproven. Bryant, in particular, isn't likely to stretch defenses vertically after posting a modest 4.61 and 40-yard dash at the combine. I kind of disagree with that, but neither here nor there. That's where Rasheed Shahed comes into play. The Saints receiver is one of the fastest players in the NFL. He's a legitimate burner who can take the top off defense and flip field position with a single play. That part's true. Shaheed is a burner on the outside. Now, last year, he was on a massively upward trajectory when it came to his production on the field. And then, unfortunately, that meniscus injury didn't do him any favors. But take a look at what he was doing before that injury happened. 20 receptions, 349 yards, 3 touchdowns with a bomb of a play in week 2 against, I believe that was against the Chiefs. So I look at Rasheed Shahed and I say, okay, you're great at what you do, but where's the development in your game? Where's the part where I can say, yes, this is a guy that we need to add to our wide receiver room today? I made a little pros and cons list as well. He's got elite downfield speed. He's great in terms of his yards per reception. So every time he catches the ball, it's a chunk play. He's got reliable hands for a guy that can actually stretch the field like that. So for a vertical player, I have no problem with his ability to find the nose of the football and locate the point of attack. What are the cons? Well, he doesn't have much of a route tree. It's kind of a one-trick pony. Those kind of bleed into each other. He just goes on go routes. He runs the field as fast as he can. It's pretty much his only move. And that meniscus surgery, who knows what that's going to do for his mobility and his speed. Now, why would Shaheed want to request a trade? Well, Derek Carr retired. That's the one thing. So they're either rolling with Spencer Rattler or Tyler Shuck, who they drafted in round 2 of the 2025 NFL draft. And I don't think Derek Carr was a great NFL quarterback, but he's a hell of a lot more proven than the guys in their room. So maybe this is his opportunity to say, I don't want a year of unprovenness. I want to earn my next contract. I want to be on a team with a quarterback that I know is going to get me the football. And if we take a look at the Broncos wide receiver room, I think there's a spot for him in here, but it's not a necessity. Right? Like, I think Marvin Mims is going to be the Rasheed Shahed of this team. We saw it at the very end last year. Believe it or not, they both played special teams. So Shaheed actually is no stranger to kind of the exact play style of Marvin Mims. However, Marvin Mims, I believe, has higher upside. I think we saw what Shaheed was capable of last year before the injury. Now, that doesn't mean that he's capped out, but we've already seen from both of these players the ability to stretch the field. So, do you need another one that can do it? If you were asking Moose, my answer would be sure-ish. Maybe, look, again, if it's for the right price, if you were able to get him on a steal, I would say why the hell not? But I'm not saying an emphatic yes. I think Sean Payton, I think George Payton, I think they know that this wide receiver room has the ability to be one of the most underrated in the NFL. Pat Bryant is going to be a hell of a player. I'm so happy that we drafted him. My stock on him is rising. I have all the confidence in the world in Marvin Mims and Devon Vele. Cortland Sutton's already great. So I think with Bo entering year 2, Troy Franklin entering year 2, you are going to see this team take the next step on offense, and that starts with the wide receiver room. So again, same kind of question. Should the Broncos trade for wide receiver Rasheed Shahed? Trade or pass? I'll say trade, but it's a very soft trade. I'm going to say for the right price. So there's an asterisk up there. It's a caveat. All right, that's going to do it for us on today's episode. Remember to subscribe, like the video, and share this with a Broncos friend in your life. Until next time, my name is Moose. Be cool.